but I got a different type of keyboard with different hinges. It is the same keyboard, but it's got different hinges, so I'm gonna show you on the Dell key, because that should be like your F2 key. Okay, Dell key here. So the slides are on the top, catches are down, so you're gonna go not in the middle. If you have dentist tool, that will be better, the one rounded at the end. We'll talk about it. So you're gonna go a little bit lower. You leave that key from the side and you're gonna go lower here. Yeah, so it's popped out, but this sketch popped out, so then slides popped out, but this sketch is still there holding. So you see, these are slides, these are catches. So that's why you have to go here between this catch, this handle is catching here. Here's the catch, right? The handle is going like this. Anyway, so that's why you have to push somewhere here and you separate the cup from this hinge. So now this hinge, it will be really hard work. So get whatever tweezers which will just keep this up. You wanna keep this up because you wanna separate this. You see this one plastic from this one. These two plastics are they are aluminum hooks, and we don't want to damage those hooks, and we don't want to damage the plastics. That's why we do it like this. You see these plastics, they move. This is pretty flexible, so we want to get them apart, and they are connected. This internal plastic has got a small stop like stick, and it's going in the hole in this. So what we gonna do, we're gonna actually, you see this is impossible. The mosquito is literally biting me right in my finger while I'm working. Okay, so you see this plastic and this plastic. Sometimes people just wiggle this, they spin it diagonally, and they are able to remove this right from this hinge. So you can try this, but gently, but because these plastics are too small, they can get damaged. So I advise to do it this way. So you wanna get this plastic on the right, this plastic on the left. So you can do it just like this, right? But anyway, whatever tweezers which will keep it up, and then you see this, you can pry this here to get it further. You see, I literally, it's pretty flexible, so I get it further, and this stick just popped out from it, right? So now all the system is gonna be loose and wobbly, so you don't want to force it too much, right? So this one, you remove it from here, so now you just can remove it from here, right? And somehow unhook this hook, but just wiggle around, somehow it should get loose, right? If you wiggle around, you don't want to damage anything, right? So you just wiggle around, and there it is. The same here, you see, it's hooked, it is hooked like this. So you just wiggle around, and you got these two things out. So you will need these two things, 1, 2, keycap, and you will need this rubber. And this rubber you're gonna remove you will need alcohol, and you will dip this in alcohol, and you're just gonna gently basically get that alcohol here around, and this thing should get loose, and it should literally, if you do it like this, then add the alcohol again, right? You can add alcohol just with tweezers. You take those big tweezers, those really long, you put them together, and you put them together, right? Big tweezers, dip it, they will keep alcohol in between them. Then you remove it, hold it, squeeze, and come here and just release it. When you release it, the alcohol will go everywhere here, but it will evaporate very fast. So you have to literally rub it in like this. I don't know, 1 to 3 minutes, and this nipple should go out. You can gently push, right, but not much. You wanna melt that glue what is there with that alcohol. So keep going like this, and it should eventually get loose. So then you're gonna pack these things. I'm not sure if you really want. You can put these two things together. So they were like, but you have to be careful. You have to be sure they are in order as they were. So this one was like this, right? And this one, don't make a mistake, because it can be, you know, these two things come here like this, but it can be this way. See, it can be this way or this way, right? This way or this way, and you will see it basically when you pop it here, right? When you pop these things very close to each other, then you will see that if it is right or wrong. So this should be right, like this. If you do it wrong, it will be like this, right? So this is how you want to have it. You want to have this part lower, because it's thicker, but here it is a little bit lower. So this part should be lower, and this part should be lower. So you just pair it like this. Look, you put this side straight away in the hole, right? Yeah, you see, just a little bit like a cut here, right? So you put it together with your fingers, hold it together gently, don't push too much, you don't want to break this pimple. And then okay, again, so you put these two things together like this, right? Put this side here in the hole. It's kind of going like down here, right? Make sure you get this hole is lower down. This hole as well is lower down. So now when you got this side, you're gonna do the same like when you were removing it. You're gonna stretch this. You're gonna put this in between. Stretch this a little bit, and gently pushing your fingers against each other. You see? Went in. It is a little bit flexible. You see there is some space. But as I said, when you're removing it, you're going in. It's better when you're removing it. When you're removing it, it's better if it is open. If it's open, right, like this, it's easier because you can pry that thing easier. And then it will just pop out. Anyway, I'm not gonna do it anymore. This is it. You're gonna send this thing, and this thing. You can cut from some back. Whatever you have plastic bag, just cut corner. For example, this one. Just cut the corner, put it in the corner, tape it around. You need 3 corners, right? Or 4 corners if you can't get these two things together, send them separately. Separate them. And nipple, don't forget nipple. So this isn't something what you're not gonna do. I'm just adding this to the video. Move it diagonally and try to pop it in. Last step, slide it this way, push, perfectly working. Okay, thank you for paying attention.